Now, how do we survive in a narcissistic world? Well, there's one very famous statement that I'm going to share with you that gives us a huge example, and that is this: behold, I send you out as sheep amidst the wolves. So be as shrewd as a serpent and innocent as a dove. Let's break this down. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Before I get into this message, I want to let you know that I am taking one-on-one appointments. Down below in the description box, you'll find access to my calendar where you can schedule one-on-one time with me. Also down below, you'll find access to my Instagram at Join the Royal We, all kinds of other good stuff. Now let's get into this. How do we survive in a world of narcissism? How do we know our place? Well, there's a very important statement that's made by Jesus. It's very famous, and that is, behold, I send you out as sheep amidst the wolves. So be as shrewd as a serpent and innocent as a dove. Now, I like to call this a onion statement. It's very much an onion-like content. And what this means is that you can peel back layer after layer after layer of this to get some deep, rich meaning into your life. But I want to focus on just some of the first layer stuff of this onion, right? Because there's a lot in this statement that you and I can get to help us navigate this world of narcissism. So to begin with, behold, I send you out as sheep amidst the wolves. Let's stop right there. Now, number one, Jesus is making a clear distinction between two different beasts altogether. And he's saying this about humanity, that there are in fact completely different types. And yes, there are types that offer value, and that there are types that are scavengers and hunters. So when we look at a sheep, the misconception is to just look at sheep as being weak and fragile and, well, I don't want to be a sheep. Yeah, right. Listen, if someone were to offer you an animal, which would you take, a sheep or a wolf? Let's look at what sheep offer the world. Their wool is almost in all kinds of fabrics and clothing and used to keep people warm. What sheep offer the world is great. It's helpful towards people, right? There is so much value to sheep. Now let's talk about wolves. What do they offer? What are they there for? They're more of just hunters, right? They're more of just scavengers. That's it. That's what they do. Not something that you can really personally use to help anything except maybe the balance of the ecosystem or whatever, okay? So, but the clear distinction is made. Jesus is saying you are to be sheep. You are to be warmth to the world. You are to be of that value to the world, and I'm sending you out amongst the hunters and the scavengers and those who desire to keep some kind of a balance in the ecosystem. So, this goes on to the next phrase. Trying to help you who are bringing warmth to the world. How do you survive when there are, in fact, wolf-like people, hunters, scavengers out there, which there really are. Narcissistic people are hunters and scavengers. They just want to eat, right? Whatever they can find. So the next statement is, so be as shrewd as a serpent. Now, this is important for you and me. What does this mean? It's not often that we hear good qualities about a serpent, especially out of Jesus, but this is in fact one area where Jesus is saying, no, you kind of want to be like a serpent in this case, shrewd, meaning have a very quick-witted judgment about you. When you meet people, be able to size them up instantly. Okay, I see that, and I don't want any part of that. This is how you identify the wolves. Ooh, I see that negativity. I see that narcissism peeking through, and I'm going to keep my distance. I'm going to get out of the situation. Yes, as somebody who wants to bring value and warmth to the world, you had better take care of yourself in the way of getting out of a situation very quickly. When you start to see narcissism, when you start to see hostility, violence, anger erupting, at the beginning stages, have enough wits about you to say, I'm out instantly before you become any further enmeshed with the situation. And this is often what happens in narcissistic abuse. When you fail to see the first red flags and get out being as shrewd as a serpent, instead, we push forward. Why? Because we've been lied to and by modern church saying, well, just continue to love them. Is that what Jesus said in comparing in that statement? I send you out as sheep amidst the wolves. Did he say, so love the wolves, press into them, try to find the good in them? No, he said, be shrewd as a serpent. Get the heck out of there. Be judgmental. Be judgmental. That's what serpents are. They're excellent at judgment. And not the type of judgmental that we're thinking, not the judgmental like judging another person and demeaning them, saying you're this and you're that. Not that type of judgmental. The type of judgmental is judgmental as to what you need to do. Whoa, I don't want to be a part of that. I'm out. That's a good type of judgmental. That's a self-preservation judgmental, right? And that's what you and I need to have. Now, the next statement, be as innocent as a dove. Doves, beautiful, innocent. When you look at doves, they stick to their own kind. They do their own thing. They're not sitting trying to hang out with alligators and crocodiles and just, hey, how you doing, right? No, they're innocent. You won't find a dove going into a bar, sitting on the bar stool next to people drinking, right? This is what being as innocent as a dove means. If you are the warmth of the world, if you, in fact, are called to carry value like a sheep, then you need to be as innocent as a dove. Don't put yourself, don't invite yourself, don't go into places that are dark and crazy and scary. That's not innocent. That's you walking into a trap, right? Doves are innocent. Take your example from doves. Everybody likes to look at them, and if you notice, they just stay out of trouble. They stay in their nests. They stay in their trees. They do what doves do, and we all love doves. The dove is a common symbol in the literature of the Bible, right? In the New Testament, the Spirit resembles a dove. There's an innocence there. There's a purity there. A dove says out loud, I'm going to stick to my own. I'm not going to be a part of that dark stuff. I'm going to be innocent. This is what being innocent means, by the way. It just means you don't invite yourself into places where you don't belong. You won't find a dove in a place that doesn't belong. So this is important. I hope that this is speaking into your soul. Be as shrewd as a serpent. Have sharp judgment about you and who you're with and where you're at. And strive to be as innocent as a dove. Stay to your own. Don't go into places that are dark and that you don't belong in. And this is how you will be able to remain a sheep amidst the wolves, right? Oftentimes with narcissistic abuse, we don't realize how often we invite that mess into our own lives because of our lack of judgment, because of our lack of innocence. Let's change that. You are a sheep. You provide wool. You provide warmth to the world. So be more judgmental about who you're hanging out with and be more innocent in all of your dealings and where you're going. Listen, I'll be part of your healing journey. Down below, you'll find access to one-on-one appointments with me, FaceTime, WhatsApp, telephone calls, text message. It's all down below. My calendar is down there. Also, Monday night is Royal We Live Chat. Saturday morning is Royal We Fellowship, where we get into the ancient literature of the Bible. And I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We.